Once your images are successfully captured to your digital media, place the memory card in the computer card reader. A dialog box or download wizard will automatically start up. Follow the on-screen prompts in order to download the images from your digital memory card to the hard drive of your computer. It's actually recommended that you don't delete the images from your card until you are absolutely sure that all the files have successfully transferred to your computer. You wouldn't want to think that you had all your images there and then delete them only to find out that you had lost some of your precious images. Most photographers will actually routinely make a backup copy on removable media before deleting the originals. Once the files are downloaded, you can browse through the images and select the ones that you wish to upload to websites like Facebook or other social media. You could also print or edit them using photo editing software. There's lots of different types of photo editing programs available. Photoshop is the most comprehensive image processing software available. It's the one that majority of professional photographers will use. I personally use Photoshop as well. The only thing about Photoshop is that, number one, it is quite expensive. And number two, it has a steep learning curve. So if you're up for the challenge and wanting to learn Photoshop, it's a fantastic photo editing software. But do be aware that it is something that does take a little while to learn. There are many other software options, including Lightroom, iPhoto, Photoshop Elements, or PaintShop Pro that can also be purchased. There are also some freeware programs available like Picasa or GIMP that offer many of the features of some of the purchased programs. Editing your digital photos using a software program is similar to the darkroom processing applied to images captured on film. Perhaps the greatest advantage to digital processing is that you can very easily undo what you have done. There are many chances to get just the right look before you end up saving the changes. Some of the more common adjustments that people will make to their digital images are things like cropping. So that's where you select a portion of the image and discard the rest. Adjusting exposure. So that's where you make the image lighter or darker. Sharpening. To some extent, images can be brought into better focus. However, you don't want to rely on the sharpening process. It's better to get a well-focused photo than to rely on software to make it look like you got it nice and sharp and in focus. There's only so much that programs can do. Something else that can be done is adjusting the color balance, as well as resizing. If the image resolution is high, the file size will be quite large as well. So resizing the image will reduce the file size, making it easier to share through email or on websites like Facebook. Before we sign off for this lecture, I do want to bring your attention, very special attention actually, to the downloadable resources that are attached to this lesson. For those of you that might be interested in the process from a traditional darkroom, I have included a step-by-step process of what a photographer would go through in order to develop film. This is some really neat information, and I always, in all the students that I come across, I always say that if you ever have the chance to work in a traditional darkroom, take it. It is the most incredible experience ever. So for those of you who are wondering what those processes are that a traditional photographer would go through, or if you're interested in at some point in time working yourself in a traditional darkroom, take a look at the additional resources that I have provided for you.